too wrong. He didn't kill no Jews. Hitler didn't kill no Jews. The scourge of the world.
This has been a very targeted and systematic attack on the Jewish graves, and I think it's important that the city of Belfast people all speak out to say that we are not. It's not done in our name.
In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. It wearies me. You say it wearies you, but how I caught it, found it, or came by it, what stuff 'tis made of, whereof it is born, I am yet to learn.
Your mind is tossing on the ocean. Believe me, sir, had I such venture forth, I should still be plucking grass to see where sits the wind, peering at maps for ports and piers and roads. Now, I know Antonio is sad to think upon his merchandise.
Believe me, no, I thank my fortunes for it. My ventures are not in one bottom trusted, nor to one place. Therefore my merchandise makes me not sad.
Then let us say you're sad because you're not merry. Hey! Oh, Bassanio!
You look not well, Antonio. You have too much respect upon the world. They do lose it that they buy it with much care.
I hold the world but as the world, a stage where every man must play his part, and mine a sad one. Well, tell me now what lady is the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell me of?
'Tis not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled mine estate. To you, Antonio, I owe the most in money and in love. And from your love, I have a warranty to unburden all my plots and purposes, how to get clear of all the debts I owe.
I pray you, good Bassanio, let me know it. My purse, my person, my extremest means lie all unlocked to your occasions.
In Belmont is a lady richly left, and she is fair, and fairer than that word of wondrous virtues. Sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair, speechless messages. Her name is Portia. The four winds blow in from every coast renowned suitors, and her sunny locks hang on her temples like a golden fleece, and many Jasons come in quest of her. Oh, my Antonio, had I but the means to hold a rival place with one of them.
Thou know'st that all my fortunes are at sea, neither have I money nor commodity to raise a present sum. Therefore go forth, try what my credit can in Venice do. That shall be racked, even to the uttermost, to furnish thee to fair Belmont, to fair Portia.
Hey!
Oh, By my troth, Nerissa, my little body is aweary of this great world. This reasoning is not in the fashion to choose me a husband. Oh me, the word choose. I can neither choose whom I would or refuse whom I dislike. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father. Is it not hard, Nerissa, that I cannot choose one, nor refuse none?
Your father was ever virtuous. Therefore, the lottery that he hath devised in these chests of gold, silver, and lead, whereof he chooses his meaning, chooses you, will, no doubt, never be chosen by any rightly one, but one who should rightly love. But what warmth is there in your affections towards any of these princely suitors that have already come?
I pray thee, overname them, and as thou namest them, I shall describe them. Oh, shit!
First, there is the Neapolitan prince.
Aye, he is a colt indeed, for he does nothing but talk about his horse, and he makes it a great appropriation to his own good parts. Oh, I am much afeard, my lady, that his mother played false with a smith.
What say you then of Falconbridge, the young Baron of England?
You know, I say nothing to him, for he understands me not, nor I him. He has neither Latin, French, nor Italian, and I have a poor penny's worth in the English. He is a proper man's picture, but alas, who can converse with a dumb show? How oddly he is suited. I believe he bought his doublet from Italy, his round hose from France, his bonnet from Germany, and his behaviour everywhere.
How like you the young German, the Duke of Saxony's nephew?
Very vilely in the morning when he is sober, and most vilely in the afternoon when he is drunk.
If you should offer to choose, and choose the right casket, you should refuse to perform your father's will, if you should refuse to accept him.
Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee, set a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the country casket. I know he will choose it. I will do anything, Nerissa, ere I'll be married to a sponge. Oh, there is not one among them, but I dote on his very absence.
Do you not remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian, a soldier and a scholar that came hither in company of the Marquis of Montferrat?
Yes, yes, it was Bassanio, as I think he was so called.
True, madam, he of all the men that ever my foolish eyes looked upon was the best deserving of a fair lady.
I remember him well, and I remember him being worthy of your praise. Come, Nerissa, while we shut the gates on one wooer, another knocks at the door.
Look at them yo-yos, that's the way you do it. You play the guitar.
3,000 ducats. Well,
Aye, sir, for 3 months.
for 3 months. Well,
For the which, as I told you, Antonio shall be bound.
3,000 ducats for 3 months, and Antonio bound.
Your answer to that?
Antonio's a good man.
Have you heard any imputation to the contrary?
No. My meaning in saying he is a good man is to have you understand me that he is sufficient. Yet his means are in supposition. He hath an argosy, a rich leaden ship bound for Tripoli, another to Mexico. I understand, moreover, upon the Rialto, he had a third to the Indies, a fourth at England, and other ventures he hath squandered abroad. The ships are but boards. Sailors but men, there be land rats and water rats, water thieves and land thieves. I mean, pirates. And then there is the pearl of waters, winds, rocks. Now, the man is notwithstanding sufficient. 3,000 ducats, I think I may take his bond. May I speak with Antonio?
If it please you to dine with us.
Yes, to smell pork, to eat of the habitation which your prophet the Nazarite conjured the devil into. I will buy with you, sell with you, talk with you, walk with you, and so following, but I will not drink with you, eat with you, nor pray with you.
This is Antonio. Shylock, do you hear?
I am debating of my present store, and by the near guess of my memory, I cannot instantly raise up the gross to full 3,000 ducats, but what of that? Tubal will furnish me 3,000 ducats.
And for 3 months.
For 3 months.
Well, Shylock, shall we be beholding to you?
Senior Antonio, many a time and oft in the Rialto, you have rated me about my monies and my usances, and still I have borne it with the patient shrug. For sufferance is the badge of all our tribe. You call me misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spit upon my Jewish coat, and all for the use of that which is mine own. Well, it now appears you need my help. Go to then. Yeah, you come to me and you say, Shylock, we would have monies. You say so. You that did spit upon my beard and kick me as you kick a stranger dog over your threshold. Monies is your suit. What should I say to you? Should I not say, hath a dog money? Is it possible a cur can lend 3,000 ducats? Or shall I bend low and in a bondsman's key with bated breast and whispering humbleness say this, fair sir, you spit on me Wednesday last, you spurned me such a day. Another time you called me a dog, and for these courtesies I'll lend you thus much monies.
I am as like to call thee so again, to spit on thee again, to spurn thee too. If thou wilt lend this money, lend it not as to thy friends, but lend it rather to thine enemy, who, if he break, thou mayst with better face exact the penalty.
Why, look you, that's how you storm. I would be friends with you and have your love. Forget the shames that you have stained me with, supply your present wants, and take no interest whatsoever for the use of my money.
This were kindness.
Well, this kindness will I show. Go with me to a notary, seal me there your single bond, and in a merry sport, if you repay me not on such a day and such a place, such sum or sums are expressed in the condition, let the forfeit be nominated for an equal pound of your fair flesh to be cut from what part of your body pleaseth me.
Content, i' faith, I'll sail to such a bond, and say there is much kindness in the Jew.
You shall not seal to such a bond for me. I'll rather dwell in my necessity.
Why, fear not, man. I will not forfeit it. Within these 2 months, that's a month before this bond expires, I do expect return of thrice 3 times the value of this bond.
Pray you tell me this. If he should break his day, what should I gain by the exaction of the forfeiture? A pound of man's flesh taken from a man is not so estimable as profitable, neither, as flesh of muttons, beefs, or goats. I do this to buy his favor. I extend this friendship. If he will take it, so. If not, adieu. and for my love, I pray you wrong me not.
Yes, Shylock, I will seal unto this bond.
I will go and purse the tickets straight, and presently I will be with you.
The Hebrew will turn Christian. He grows kind.
I like not fair terms and a villain's mind.
Come on, in this there can be no dismay. My ships come home a month before the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Belmont and this week's installment of your favorite dating show, Match or Stretch. Welcome your hostess with the mostest, the beautiful Marissa. A show devised by the rich and wise Lord Horatio Portia. If and when his daughter chooses a husband, she will release her inheritance and become one of the world's richest women. And now, welcome the soon-to-be rich, beautiful, and mature Lady Portia. Can tonight's contestant choose the correct casket and be matched with the fair Portia? Or will he choose the wrong box and be scratched off her list? Scratched so far, Lord Falconbridge of England, Germany's Duke of Saxony. But now, hope springs eternal. Please welcome this week's contestant, the Prince of Morocco.
Mislike me not for my complexion, I tell thee, lady. This aspect of mine hath feared the valiant. By my love, I swear the best regarded virgins of our clime have loved it too. I would not change this hue, except to steal your thumb, my gentle queen.
The lottery of my destiny bars me the right of voluntary choosing. But if my father had not scanted me and hedged me by his wit to yield myself, his wife, to him who wins me, yourself, renowned prince, then stood as fair as any comer I have looked on yet for my affection.
Even for that I thank you. Therefore I pray you lead me to the caskets to try my fortune.
You must take your chance and even not attempt to choose at all, or swear before you choose that if you choose wrong, never to speak to a lady after in way of marriage. Therefore be advised.
Good fortune then to make me blessed or cursed amongst men.
The several caskets, noble prince. Now make your choice.
The first of gold, which this inscription bears, who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. Second, silver, which this promise carries, who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. This third, dull lead, with warning all is blunt, who chooseth me shall give and hazard all he hath. How shall I know if I do choose the right?
The one of them contains my picture, prince. If you choose that, then I am yours withal.
Some God direct my judgment. Let me see. I'll survey the inscriptions back again. Well, what says this silver casket?
Who chooses me shall get as much as he deserves.
As much as he deserves. Why, that's the lady. Do in birth deserve her, and in fortunes, in graces, and in qualities of breeding. but more than these, in love I do deserve. Let's see once more this saying engraved in gold.
Who chooses me shall gain what many men desire.
Why, that's the lady. The whole world desires her. From the four corners of the earth they come to kiss this shrine. Or should I think in silver she's a myrrh? Oh, sinful thought.
Go, 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 go,
Never so rich as gem was set in worse than gold. Here I do choose, and thrive as I may.
Open it, open it, open it.
Read the writing.
Read it, read it, read it, read it.
All that glitters is not gold. Often have you heard that told. Gilded tombs do worms enfold. Had you been as wise as bold, young in limbs, in judgment old, your answer had not been enscrolled. Fare you well, your suit is cold.
Aww. Cold indeed. Labored lost. Well, farewell heat. Welcome frost. Portia, adieu. I have too grieved a heart to take a tedious leave. Thus losers part.
A gentle riddance. Draw the curtain, go. Let all of his complexion choose me so.
I've spent my life campaigning for a multicultural society and building recognition of the strength of our diversity. Jewish people have been at the heart of our party and our movement throughout our history. No one should.
Signor Bassanio.
Graziano.
I have a suit to you.
You have obtained it.
You must not deny me. I must go with you to Belmont.
Why then you must. But hear thee, Graziano. Thou art too wild, too rude and bold of voice, parts that become thee well enough and in such eyes as ours appear not false. But where thou art not known, why there they appear something too liberal. Pray thee, take pain to allay with some cold drops of modesty thy skipping spirit, lest through thy wild behaviour I be misconstrued in the place I go to and lose my hopes.
Signor Bassanio, hear me. If I do not put on a sober habit, talk with respect and swear, but now and then, wear prayer books in my pocket, look demurely, nay, more, whilst grace is saying, hood mine eyes, thus with my hat and sigh and say, Amen. Use all observance of civility, like one well studied in a sad Austin to please his granny. Never trust me more.
Well, we shall see your bearing. Fare you well. I have business.
Nay, but I board tonight. You shall not gauge me by what we do tonight.
Don't pay my bills, I want money. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Alack, what heinous sin is it in me to be ashamed to be my father's child? But though I am a daughter of his blood, I am not to his manners. O Lorenzo, if thou keep promise, I shall end this strife, become a Christian, and thy loving wife.
Sorry, I ain't got no money, I'm not trying to be funny, but I left it all at home today. You can call me what you wanna, I ain't giving you $1 this time, I ain't gonna run away. You might knock me down, you might knock me down, but I will get back up again. You can call it how you
What, Jessica? Why, Jessica, I say. I am bid forth to supper, Jessica. But wherefore should I go? I am not bid for love. They flatter me. But yet I'll go in hate to feed upon the prodigal Christian. Hear you me, Jessica. Lock up my doors. Let not the sound of shallow foppery enter my sober house. Perhaps I will return immediately. Do as I bid you. Shut the doors after you.
Farewell. And if my fortune be not crossed, I have a father, and ye, a daughter lost.
Oh, I've never heard a passion so confused, so strange, outrageous, and so variable as the dog Jew did utter in the streets. My daughter! Oh, my ducats! Oh, my daughter! Fled with a Christian! Oh, my Christian ducats! Justice! The law! My ducats and my daughter! A sealed bag, 2 sealed bags of ducats, of double ducats, stolen from me by my daughter. And jewels, 2 stones, 2 rich and precious stones, stolen by my daughter. Justice, the law! Find the girl. She hath the stones upon her, and the ducats. Why, all the boys in Venice follow him, crying, his stones, his daughter, and his ducats. Look, could Antonio keep his day? Or he shall pay for this. I reasoned with a Frenchman yesterday who told me that in the narrow seas that part the French and the English, there miscarried a vessel of our country richly fraught. I thought upon Antonio when he told me, and wished in silence that it were not his. A kinder gentleman treads not the earth.
And so, on Match or Scratch, we present this week's contestant, the Prince of Aragon!
Behold, here are the caskets, noble prince. If you choose that wherein I am contained, straight shall our nuptial rites be solemnized. But if you fail, without more speech, my lord, you must be gone from hence immediately.
I am enjoined by oath to observe 2 things. Firstly, if I fail of the right casket, never in my life to woo a maid in way of marriage. Next, if I fail in the fortune of my choice, immediately to leave and be gone.
To these injunctions every one doth swear, that comes to hazard for my worthless self. Now, make your choice.
Fortune, now to my heart's hope. What says the golden chest?
Who chooses me shall gain what many men desire.
What many men desire? By many may be meant the full multitude? I will never choose what many men desire, because I will not jump to the common spirits or rank me with the barbarous multitudes. No. Why, then to thee, thou silver treasure house, say once more what title thou dost bear.
Who chooses me shall get what he deserves.
Give me the key for this, and instantly unlock my fortune here. What is here?
Some there be that shadows kiss, such have but a shadow's bliss. There be fools alive, I wis, silvered o'er, and so was this. Take what wife you will to bed, I will never be your head. So be gone, ye are sped.
Still a more fool I will appear by the time I linger here. Sweet, adieu. I will keep my oath, patiently to bear my wrath.
Thus hath the candle singed the moth. Oh, these deliberate fools, when they do choose, they have the wisdom by the wit to lose.
Adam, there is a lighted at your gate, a young Phoenician. He bringeth gifts of rich value. Yet I have not seen so likely an ambassador of love. Well, a day in April never came so sweet to show how costly summer was at hand.
No more, I pray thee, I am half afeard. Thou wilt say, anon he is some kin of thee, thou spendest such high day wit in praising him. Come, Nerissa, for I long to see quick Cupid's post that comes so mannerly.
Money can't buy us happiness. Can we all slow down and enjoy right now? Guarantee we'll be feeling all.
Antonio hath a ship of rich lading wrecked on the narrow seas. How would it might prove the end of his losses? Let me say amen betimes, lest the devil cross my prayer, for here he comes in the likeness of a Jew. How now, Shylock? What news among the merchants?
Oh, you know, none so well as you, of my daughter's flight.
That's certain. I, for my part, knew the tailor that made the wings she flew withal.
She is damned for it.
That's certain, if the devil may be her judge.
My own flesh and blood, to rebel.
Out upon it, old carrion, rebels it at these years.
I say, my daughter is my flesh and blood.
There is more difference between thy flesh and hers than jet and ivory. More difference between thy bloods than red wine and Rhenish. But tell us, do you hear whether Antonio hath had any loss at sea or no?
There I have another bad match, a bankrupt, a prodigal who dare scarce show his head on the Rialto, a beggar that was used to come so smug upon the mart. Well, let him look to his bond. He was wont to call me usurer. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to lend money for a Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bond.
Why, I am sure if he forfeit, thou will not take his flesh. What's that good for?
To bait fish withal. If it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He hath disgraced me and hindered me. 500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, and what's his reason? I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cool by the same winter and summer as a Christian is? If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you in the rest, we will resemble you in that nobility that you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction.
way you do it. You play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working. That's the way.
I could teach you how to choose right, but I am then forsworn. So will I never be. So may you miss me.
Let me choose, for as I am, I live upon the rack. Promise me life and I'll confess the truth.
Well then, confess and live.
Confess and love had been the very sum of my confession. Oh, happy torment when my torturer doth teach me answers for deliverance. But let me to my fortune and the caskets.
Away then, I am locked in one of them. If you do love me, you will find me out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Belmont and this week's installment of your favorite dating show, Match or Stretch. Welcome your hostess with the mostest, the beautiful Marissa.
Now, make your choice.
Go, 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 go.
The world is still deceived with ornament. Look on beauty, you shall see 'tis purchased by the weight. Therefore thy gaudy gold, hard food for Midas, I will none of thee. Nor none of thee, thy pale and common drudge between man and man. But thy meager lead, which rather threatenest than dost promise aught. Thy paleness moves me more than eloquence. And here choose I. Joy be the consequence. What find I here?
For a horse's counterfeit. You that choose not by the view, chances fair and choose as true. Since this fortune falls to you, be content and seek no new. If you be well pleased with this, and hold your fortune for your bliss, turn you where your lady is.
This house, these servants, and this same myself are yours, my lord. I give them with this ring, which when you part from, lose or give away. Let the presage, the ruin of your love, and be my vantage to exclaim on you.
Madam, you have bereft me of all words. But when this ring parts from this finger, then parts life from hand. So then be bold to say Bassanio's dead.
My Lord Bassanio and my gentle lady, I wish you all the joy that you can wish. And when your honours mean to solemnize the bargain of your faith, I do beseech thee, even at that time, may I be married too.
With all my heart, so thou canst get a wife.
I thank your lordship, you have got me one. My eyes, my lord, can look as swift as yours. You saw the mistress, I beheld the maid.
Is this true, Nerissa?
Madam, it is. So you stand pleased withal.
And you, Graziano, mean good faith?
Yes, faith, my lord.
Our feast shall be much honored in your marriage. Oh, sweet Portia. Here are a few of the unpleasant words that ever blotted paper. When I did first impart my love to you, I freely told you all the wealth I had ran in my veins. When I told you my state was nothing, I should then have told you that I was worse than nothing. For indeed, I have engaged myself to a dear friend, engaged my friend to his dear enemy to feed my means. Here is a letter, lady. Every page, the body of my friend, and every word, a gaping wound issuing lifeblood. Sweet Bassanio, my ships have all miscarried.
My creditors grow cruel. My estate is very low. My bond to the Jew is forfeit. And since in paying it, it is impossible I should live. All debts are cleared between you and I.
If I might but see you at my death.
Your friend, Antonio.
Yes.
But is it true? Have all his ventures failed? What, not one hit?
Not one. Besides, it does appear that even if he had the present money to discharge the Jew, he would not take it. Never did I know a creature
that did bear the shape of man, so keen and greedy to confound a man. He plies the Duke at morning and at night, and doth impeach the freedom of the state if they deny him justice. 20 merchants, the Duke himself, and the magnificos of greatest port have all persuaded with him.
But none can drive him from the envious plea of forfeiture of justice and of his bond.
Your friend is thus in trouble.
The dearest friend to me, the kindest man, the most unwearied spirit and best conditioned.
What sum owes he the Jew?
For me, 3,000 ducats.
What, no more? Pay him 6,000 and to face the bond. Double 6,000, then treble that. Before a friend of this description shall lose a hair through Bassanio's fault. First, go with me to church and call me wife, and then away to Venice to your friend, for never shall you lie by Portia's side with an unquiet soul. You shall have the gold to pay the petty debt 20 times over. Oh, love, dispatch all business and be gone.
I will make haste.
Install microwave oven, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move.
Hear me yet, good Shylock! I have made an oath that I will have my bond. Thou call'dst me dog before thou hadst cause. Well, since I am a dog, beware my fangs. The Duke shall grant me justice. I pray thee hear me speak. I will have no speaking. I will have my bond. Follow me not. I will not hear thee speak.
Dr. Bellario, are you well, cousin? I have need of your most famous legal counsel, and if you consent, to borrow from you, dear coz, some items to enact a plan. I shall send thee my servant Balthazar in speed to Padua, and he shall bring me the notes and garments you doth give him to Venice. Come, Nerissa, I have work in hand that you yet not know of. We'll see our husbands before they think of us.
What shall they say us?
They shall, Nerissa, but in such a habit that they shall think we are accomplished. With that we lack, yo-ho. I hold thee any wager. When we are both dressed as young men, I'll prove the prettier fellow of the two.
Things in life are free, but you can keep him for the bedtime bees. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
What? Is Antonio here?
Ready, so please your grace.
I am sorry for thee, that I have come to answer a stony adversary. An inhuman wretch, incapable of pity, void and empty of any dram of mercy.
I have heard your grace hath taken great pains to qualify his rigorous course. But since he stands obdurate, and that no lawful means can carry me out of his envy's reach, I do oppose my patience to his fury, and am armed to suffer, with a quietness of spirit, the very tyranny and rage of his.
Shylock, the world thinks, and I think so too, that thou leadest this fashion of malice to the last hour of act. Then, 'tis thought, that thou wilt show mercy and remorse, more strange than is thy strange apparent cruelty. And where it is now the exactest the penalty, which is a pound of this poor merchant's flesh, thou wilt not only loose the forfeiture, but, touched with human gentleness and love, forget about the principle. We expect a gentle answer. Jew.
By our holy Sabbath, I have sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your charter and your city's freedom. You'll ask me why I choose to have a pound of carrion flesh rather than 3,000 ducats. I'll not answer that, except to say it is my humour. Is it answered?
This is no answer, thou unfeeling man, to excuse the current of thy cruelty.
I am not bound to please thee with my answers.
Do all men kill the things they do not love?
Hates any man the thing he would not kill?
I pray you, think you question with the Jew. You may as well go stand upon the beach and bid the main flood bait his usual height. You may as well do anything most hard as seek to soften that, than which what's harder is Jewish heart. Therefore I do beseech you, make no more offers, use no farther means, but with all brief and plain conveniency let me have judgment, and the Jew his will.
For thy 3,000 ducats, here is 6.
We're in 6 parts, and every part a ducat. I would not draw them. I would have my bond.
How shall thou hope for mercy, rendering none?
What judgment shall I dread? Doing no wrong. The pound of flesh which is mine is dearly bought, and I shall have it. If you deny me, fie upon your law. There is no decree in the laws of Venice. I stand for judgment. Answer, shall I have it?
Upon my power may dismiss this court, unless Bellario, a learned doctor, who I have sent for to determine this, come here today.
Not on thy soul, but on thy soul, harsh Jew. Thou makest thy knife king, but no metal can. No, not the hangman's axe bear half the nearness of thy sharp envy. Can no prayers pierce thee?
None that thou hast wit to make.
Oh, be thou damned, inexorable dog! And for thy life, let justice be accused. Thou almost makes me waver in my faith to hold opinion with Pythagoras, that souls of animals infuse themselves into the trunks of men. Thy cursed spirit governed a wolf that hanged for human slaughter, even from the gallows did his fell soul fleet. And whilst thou, lest in thy unhallowed dam infused itself in thee, for thy desires are wolvish, bloody, starved, and ravenous.
Yada, 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 till thou can reel the seal from off my bond. Thou offend thy lungs to speak so loud. I stand for the law.
Come you from Mobilaria?
I did, my lord.
You're welcome. Are you acquainted with the difference that holds this present question in the court?
I am informed thoroughly of the case. Which is the merchant here and which the Jew? Is your name Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
Of a strange nature is the suit you follow, yet in such rule that the Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. You stand within his danger, do you not?
Aye, so he says.
Do you confess the bond?
I do.
Then must the Jew be merciful.
On what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth like a gentle rain from heaven on the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His sceptre shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. And earthly powers doth then show likest gods, when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice, none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy. And that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much, to mitigate the justice in thy plea, which if thou follow, this strict court of Venice must needs give sentence against the merchant there.
My deeds upon my head, I crave the law, the penalty and forfeit of my bond.
Is he not able to discharge the money?
Yes. Here I tender it for him in the court, yea, twice the sum. If this will not suffice, I will be bound to pay it 10 times over on forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart. If that will not suffice, it must appear that malice bears down truth, and I beseech you, rest once the law to your authority, to do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb this cruel devil of his will.
It must not be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree established, to be recorded for a precedent, and many an error by that same example will rush into the state. It cannot be.
And Daniel, come to judgment, O wise young judge, and Daniel, how I do honour thee.
Shylock, there's thrice thy money offered thee.
An oath, I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.
Why, this bond is forfeit, and lawfully by this the Jew may claim a pound of flesh, to be by him cut off nearest the merchant's heart. Be merciful, take thrice thy money, bid me tear the bond.
When it is paid according to the law. It seems you know the law. You are a worthy judge. Your exposition has been most sound. Proceed to judgment. I swear there is no power in the tongue of man shall make me forsake my bond. Proceed to judgment.
Most heartily I do beseech the court to give the judgment.
Why then, thus it is. You must prepare your bosom for his knife.
Oh, noble judge. Oh, excellent young man.
For the intent and purpose of the law hath full relation to the penalty which here appeareth due upon the bond.
'Tis very true, O wise and upright judge. How much elder thy seem than thy looks.
Therefore lay bare thy bosom.
Aye, his breast, to set it in bond, doth it not, noble judge? Nearest his heart. Those are the very words.
It is so. Are there ballots here to weigh the flesh?
I have them ready.
Have by some surgeon, Shylock, on your charge, to stop his wound, lest he do bleed to death.
Is it so nominated in the bond?
It is not so expressed, but what of that? 'Twere good you do so much for charity.
It is not in the bond.
You merchant, have you anything to say?
But little. I am armed and well prepared.
Antonio, I am married to a wife which is as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife, and all the world are not with me, esteemed among thy life. I would lose all, I sacrifice them all here to this devil to deliver you.
Your wife would give you little thanks for that, if she were by to hear you make the offer.
I have a wife whom I protest I love. I would she were in heaven, so she can entreat some power to change this cursed Jew.
'Tis well ye offer it behind her back. This wish would make else an unquiet house.
We trifle time. Proceed to judgment.
A pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court awards it, and the law doth give it.
Most rightful judge.
And you must cut this flesh off from his breast. The law allows it, and the court awards it.
Most learned judge, a sentence. Come, prepare.
Tarry a little. There is something else. This bond doth give thee here no jot of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond, take thy pound of flesh, but in the cutting of it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are by the law of Venice confiscate unto the state of Venice.
Judge, mark you, oh learned judge.
Is that the law?
Thyself shalt see the act, for as thou urgest justice, be assured, thou shalt get justice, more than thou desirest.
Oh learned judge, mark you, oh learned judge.
I take this offer then. Pay the bond thrice and let the Christian go.
Soft! The Jew shall have all justice. Soft, no haste. He shall have nothing but the penalty. Therefore, prepare thee to cut off the flesh. Shed thou no blood, nor cut less, no more, but just a pound of flesh. If thou cuttest more or less than a just pound, be it but so much as to make it light or heavy in the substance or the division of the 20th part of one poor scruple, nay, if the scale do turn, but in an estimation of a hair, thou diest, and all thy goods are confiscate.
A second, Daniel, a Daniel Jew. Now, infidel, I have you by the throat.
Why doth the Jew pause? Take thy forfeiture.
Give me my 3,000 ducats and let me go.
You have refused it in open court. You shall have merely justice and your bond.
A second, Daniel, still say I. A second, Daniel. Now, I thank thee, Jew, for teaching me that word.
Shall I not have barely my 3,000 ducats?
You shall have nothing but the forfeiture, to be taken at thy peril, Jew.
Why then, the devil give him the good of it. I'll stay no longer.
Tarry, Jew. The law hath yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the law of Venice, if it be proved against an alien, that by direct or indirect attempts he seeks the life of any citizen, the party against the which he doth contrive shall seize 1/2 his goods, the other half come to the privy coffers of the state, and the offender's life lies in the mercy of the Duke alone, against all other voice. In which predicament I'll say thou standeth. For it appears by manifest proceeding that indirectly and directly too, thou hast contrived against the very life of the defendant.
That thou shalt see the difference in our spirits. I pardon thee thy life before thou ask it, for half thy will, it is Antonio's, and the other half do come to the general state. For humbleness may have drive unto a fine.
Nay, take my life, pardon me not that. You do take my life when you taketh the prop that doth sustain it.
What mercy can you render him, Antonio?
Free noose, nothing else for sake.
So please, my lord the Duke, and all the court, to quit the fine for 1/2 of the goods, I'm content. So he will let me have the other half in use, to render it upon his death, unto the gentleman that lately stole his daughter. 2 things provided more, that for this favour he presently become a Christian. The other that he do record a gift here in the court of all he dies possessed, unto his son Lorenzo and his daughter.
He will do this, or else I do recant the pardon which I late pronounced here.
Art thou content, Jew? What doth thou say?
I am content. Pray thee, give me leave to go. I am not well. Send the deed after me, and I will sign it.
Get thee gone, but do it.
Got to move the refrigerator. Got to move these color TV. Look at you, look at.
Most worthy gentlemen, I and my friend have, by your wisdom, been this day acquitted of grievous penalties.
He is well paid, that is well satisfied. I pray you, sir, know me when we meet again. I wish you well, and so I take my leave.
Dear sir, take some remembrance from us, as a tribute, not as a fee.
You press me far, and therefore I shall yield. I'll take that ring from you. I'll take nothing more, and you, in love, shall offer it to me.
Good sir, this ring, alas, it is a trifle. I will not shame myself to give you this.
I will take nothing else, and now methinks I have a mind to it.
There is more
to this than depends on the value. The dearest ring in Venice will I give you, and find it out by proclamation. Only for this, I pray you pardon me.
I see, sir. You are liberal with your offers.
This ring was given me by my wife. And when she gave it to me, she made me vow that I would neither sell, nor give, nor lose it.
And if your wife be not a mad woman, and know how well I have deserved the ring, she would not hold out enemy forever for you giving it to me. Thou mayst. I warrant we shall have old swearings that they did give their rings away to men. But we'll outface them and outswear them too. Taxi!
No, that ain't working. That's the way you do it. Let me tell you.
You are welcome home, my lord.
I thank you, madam.
By yonder moon, I swear you do me wrong. In faith, I give it to the judge's clerk.
A quarrel? Already? What's the matter?
About a hoop of gold, a paltry ring that you did give me.
You swore to me when I did give it to you that you would wear it till your hour of death, and that it should lie with you in your grave. Give it a judge's clerk. No, God's my judge. The clerk will ne'er wear hair on his face than had it.
He will, and if he lived to be a man.
Aye, if a woman lived to be a man.
Now, by this hand, I give it to a youth, a kind of boy, a little scrubbed boy, no higher than thyself. A prating boy that begged it as a fee. I could not, from my heart, deny him.
You were to blame. I must be plain with you. You part so slightly with your wife's first gift. I gave my love a ring and made him swear never to part with it. And here he stands. I dare be sworn for him. He would not leave it, nor pluck it from his finger for the wealth that the world masters.
Well, I were best to cut my left hand off and swear I lost the ring defending it.
My Lord Bassanio give his ring away unto the judge that begged it. And then the boy, his clerk, he begged mine. And neither man nor master would take aught but the 2 rings.
What ring gave you, my lord? Not that, I hope, which you received from me.
If I could add a lie unto your fault, I would deny it. But you see, the finger hath not a ring upon it. It is gone.
By heavens, I will ne'er come in your bed until I see the ring.
Nor I in yours, till I again see mine.
Sweet Portia, if you did know to whom I gave the ring, if you did know for whom I gave the ring, and would conceive for what I gave the ring, and how unwillingly I left the ring when naught would be accepted but the ring, you would abate the strength of your displeasure.
If you had known the virtue of the ring, or half her worthiness that gave the ring, or your own honour to contain the ring, you would not then have parted with the ring. Oh, Nerissa teaches me what to believe. I die, for but some woman had the ring.
No, no, madam, by my honour, by my soul, no woman had the ring, but a civil doctor, which did beg the ring, the which I did deny him, and suffered him to go mispleased away. Even he that did uphold the very life of my dear friend. What should I say, sweet lady? Pardon me, good lady, for had you been there, I think you would have begged the ring of me to give the worthy doctor.
Let not that doctor e'er come near my house, since he hath the jewel that I loved, and that which you did swear to keep for me. I will become as liberal as you. I'll not deny him anything I have. No, not my body, nor my husband's bed. Now, by mine honour, I'll have that doctor for my bedfellow.
And I his clerk?
Nay, but hear me. Pardon this fault. And by my soul, I swear I never more will break an oath with thee.
I dare be bound again, my soul upon the forfeit, that your lord will never more break faith advisedly. Take this ring and keep it better than the other.
I haven't. It is the same ring I gave the doctor.
Oh, I had it of him. Pardon me, Bassanio, for by this ring the doctor lay with me.
And pardon me, my gentle Gratiano, for that same scrubbed boy, the doctor's clerk, in lieu of this, last night did lie with me.
What? Are we cuckolds ere we have deserved it?
Speak not so grossly. You are amazed. You shall find that Portia was the doctor, Nerissa there her clerk.
Were you the doctor, and I knew you not?
You the clerk that is to make me cuckold.
Aye, but the clerk that never means to do it, unless he live until he be a man.
Sweet doctor, you shall be my bedfellow. When I am absent, then lie with my wife.
Fair ladies, you drop manna in the way of starving people.
It is almost morning, and yet I am sure you are not satisfied of these events at full. Let us go in, and we will answer all things faithfully.
ועל החסידים ועל זקני עמך בית ישראל ועל פליטת בית סופריהם ועל גרי הצדק ועלינו יהמונה רחמך אדוני אלוהינו.
Hello, you are welcome here. What is your name? Shylock. Shylock is my name.
משען ומבטח לצדיקים.